And good vibes guy here has what looks like the lamp from the past. This one, we had it at home. Yeah. This one is a lamp, my friends. My friend, have you ever used this lamp? My friend tells me has never. Yeah, it's a pressure lamp. You put spirit, there's somewhere you put spirit to ignite the lamp, you see? Then you put kerosene. It's a good vibes one. It's very, very bright, you see? But it really attracts moths sometimes. But the poor moths, they always get a burning of their lifetime. Anyway, look at this lamp. Have you ever used it, English people? I thought you only use electricity. I'm surprised some English people have this one. But this is in your museum. Maybe these are some of the things English people went back with them when they came from to this sense of the word. Don't know you, but you tell us in the comment section. It usually had this issue of lighting it. You see, you would light it and sometimes it removes fire extremely. You can think the lamp is burning. You see, it removes fire even on the lid there. But you have to keep on adding pressure. To be honest, I only saw my father putting it on. I could never because of this issue of fire. You see, we always thought it could burn me or other siblings. So this had the special person. The specialty was the father in the house. You see, it's, yeah, it's true. My friend can't believe it's a true story. This is very real what I'm telling you. Actually, I don't. I think the lamp was. If it's still there, check. I'll show you in another episode. If it isn't, well, it could have been thrown or put in the store someplace. I check it, my friends. This one we had it, and now you see the thing that is writing. That one, the writing thing, is some filament that usually expands as the pressure is added. You see it like expands, adds more pressure, and now it is like a light bulb, just like you can see here. This is one good vibes lamp, this one, you see. The only issue is lighting it, putting it on. Yeah, this one, my friends, this one is an expertise. English people, the way I see you have modern things, this one to light it, you need someone, some advisor, or otherwise, you'll have to call the fire department. You see, look at this, and now it has a cape there. Good vibes. And in another place, this water slide in Dubai runs through a shark tank. What? Oh my god! This is unimaginable. Through a shark tank. Look, someone's father decided to use the water slide. Oh my god, my god. Good people of Earth, aren't those sharks biting? Do they bite? I think so. From what we've heard from different episodes. But you tell me, my friend, would you try out this one? And the walls are glass walls. Whoa. You see, for you to put an African here, you have to have convinced them the glass cannot crack or burst. Why? This one myself, I think I have to watch other people first, go through it several times. And when trying it, maybe, I don't know, under what conditions, to be honest. Look at this. Oh, yes, my friend tells me it's also okay watching because this one, is unimaginable. You just go through here and you see shark next to you here. The only thing separating you and the shark is the glass. Ha! Look at this. Some Chinese. This is my friend tells me these are the North Korean traffic police. Wonderful. This is interesting. They even do some drill, some matching drill. I don't think the policemen of traffic police from this side of the world know how to match. Have you ever seen them, my friend, matching? No. Look at the distance. They even do feet.
This is once more an observation that should be impossible on a flat Earth. That monument right there has an elevation above sea level of 6,886 feet. My instrument is currently roughly, approximately 2 feet higher than the mark. I'm sighting in on Rincon Peak, just to the left of this iron pipe. You can see it right here. Rincon Peak is an 8481, which means it is 1,600 feet higher than I am. That shows that the instrument is plumb. No trickery going on. This should not be below eye level. And it clearly is. It's because the earth isn't flat.
Hey, look at this. In other places, Sentinel. I don't know what Sentinel means, but just watch. What? Oh, some guys are attacking there from the forest. Oh, it's like some community that live in the jungle there. That is not very accommodative to visitors, you see? Unless you go with some technique or doing some things here. What? Oh my God. These people look like people from home. What's up with them? You see, we are always full of good vibes. This one, maybe the other guys had done something very strange. For it to make these people to act like this, that for you to go, you must have gifts. Maybe they have ever had a very strange encounter. And what are these type of gifts they are being given? Oh, they are being given coconuts. Yeah, it's extremely fascinating. Myself, coconut, I'm always very happy when I come across one. You see, from this side of the world, I only think coconut grow near oceans. Is it true, my friend? Ah, look at this. Drones now. Now it's about drones.
Here's a low one at the tree level. Oh my god. The fuck? I can't see it from here. There. Are you serious? Stop it.
It won't let me go any higher. Look, I'm pressing it.
What the fuck? At least we got it running now.
There we go.
There we go, got it up. But see how far it's gone though? Here comes the FBI. I'm just kidding. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, and we got one coming around. It's really, really low. Everyone's saying these are drone spraying. That is a plane. We're gonna just zoom in so you can see it. That is not a drone spraying. That is a plane. It's called You Guys Don't Look Up at Nighttime.
What? What's this now? A beehive changes pattern. This is inside a beehive. How things work. Oh. Aye. This is a defense mechanism against what? Anyway, let's look at this in other places. Crew spotted what? Oh, they are good vibes, guys. They found Asir sleeping. Wow. They decided to prank it. Oh, it was. It had some plastic on it. Oh, these are good vibes, guys. Definitely. Very true. My friend has reminded me about guys of these good vibes gestures. My friend, we forgive the colonizers because of guys like this. You see, these guys are definitely good vibes. They even have tools for helping animals. Isn't that wonderful? You see? And in other places, more weird and strange stuff are going on. Look at this. Some guys woke up and is this some water that just erupted from the ground? Wow, this is crazy. My God. And the guys there are surprised, standing next to the hole watching. What if another hole erupts where they are standing? You see, I'm always surprised by English people sometimes. You see, from this side of the world, things like this happen. You see, first of all, people are very superstitious. Some might think it's voodoo or something like that. Some people would prefer watching from a distance, my friend. You see, English people have the courage and curiosity that is on another level. It's why my friends we always speak about unity. So that with good web sources like this ones and others, we can help one another in solving world's problems. Or what do you think, good web source? Yeah. My friend has reminded me of how we don't joke with water from this side of the world. Myself, good web source. I don't know how to swim. The reason is because that I believe that if we were ever meant to swim, we could have at least been born with some fin here, some extension, just for good vibes safety. You see? But now Someone here is trying to come.
No.
Yo, what the fuck is that shit? Ain't no way, bro. No fucking way. The fuck?
Mom, look at this. Now this is in India lands. It's like they have a different type of lamp here. But what is this? My friend, do you know what's going on here? What's going on? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, take the mic. Mm. Uh-huh. It will never go off. Wait a minute. The friend tells me that apparently to refill the gas cooker cans, is that what you're saying? There is just some small liquid that is put there. Is that what you're saying? And some pressure using a normal bike pump. Gay. And now they charge people all that money. My God, this is new stuff. This is like a new scam, my friends. Did you know how this is how they refill gas? Those gas tanks. This is new. But in your country, do you use these gas cans or it's like in English lands here gas is connected like the way water is connected. Is that true even? Look at this. Aye, and it's working. Aye. What's going on? Someone's father is on a big boat. My God. Wow! And now they are on water. Wow. There is guy, my God. And the water. Wow. This is hard to fathom. Guy, my God. The water has entered. Ooh. Ay. Wow. English people. You see these things of big boats on the water. Is strange things in this side of the world. All this water. Oh my God. And now, guy, look, and these guys are just okay.
Hey friends, time for another New Jersey UFO update. So this one is super crazy. You're going to want to watch this whole video. So what is it about New Jersey? Why is all this crazy stuff happening in New Jersey? Well, apparently this is not new. This has been going on for a long time there, especially around a place called Wanakee Reservoir, where there is something called the Wanakee Vortex. And back in the day, there was something called the Wanakee Wonder. So I got a very mysterious message yesterday saying, look into the Wanakee Vortex. And that was it. And they didn't respond whenever I replied. So I was like, okay. I love mysterious messages, so I dove in. So Wanakee, New Jersey, is right here. And it's right next to the Picatinny Arsenal, which is sort of like the epicenter and the hotspot where all this stuff kind of originated, right? This whole drone UFO, fiasco going on up in Jersey. So it's like, okay, what is going on here? Why this area? Because this seems to really be the epicenter. I mean, there's crazy things happening all over the world, of course, but there's something about Jersey. So what is it? So going back to the 60s, there was a big UFO flap there, and there was like all these crazy stories. I mean, I dove in, there's a bunch of newspaper articles, a lot of like kind of investigative journalists back in the day did a lot of digging, and there was a bunch of different UFO sightings. a famous one by this Sheriff Cisco. There was this famous photograph taken by this guy, and all these people saw UFOs, and the way they described them is very reminiscent of what we're seeing now. They'd be like different kind of lights in the sky, like individual lights, like orbs, that would sometimes come together and form helicopters, right? They would mimic our aircraft. Exact same thing that's going on now. This was 60 years ago. And that's where this Wanakee Wonder came from. So many different people saw these UFOs over the Wanakee Reservoir that they even named them the Wanakee Wonder. And like, it was seen by hundreds of people. I mean, this was like an ongoing thing. One time they described the reservoir being frozen over, and there was like a fire over it, and it was melting a hole in the ice, and that the craft was like the saucer-shaped craft that kept like turning into like an orange glowing like orb, right? All this stuff is wild, but it's very familiar, very similar to the stuff we're hearing now, but it gets way stranger. So a Dr. Bruce Cornett got wind of all this crazy stuff. One of his friends told him about the Wanakee Vortex, and he was very interested in the paranormal and stuff, and he was a researcher, and he set up some like camping expeditions out there, and they took a lot of camera equipment, lights, and that kind of stuff, and they went out to the Wanakee Reservoir to investigate this vortex, right? And these are just some of the pictures that he got. So in this picture, that is Dr. Bruce Cornett, right? That's not. There was nobody there. So at first you could say, okay, well, it was just a, kind of double exposure or something, right? That happens. Well, if you actually look at it, the pose is a little different, the stance is a little different, the lighting's a little different, right? And then there's like, they put this crystal here, and the crystal's stationary, just like he is, okay? And this crystal, see the line behind it, right? Well, it wasn't moving. See, he's not moving, and nothing else is moving, but this did that. And they said every time they took pictures of the crystal, it would do that. There's a lot of different pictures of it. So then they started blowing smoke in the air and doing these light flashes and taking pictures and seeing if they could see anything. And they kept seeing these lion figures in the smoke. I thought that was super cool. And then there's this picture. So in this picture, it looks like there's a group of people here, and they're like kind of looking at another group of people over here. But these people aren't there. There's no people there. It was only these people. So that was interesting. And then in this photo, he says that this is him. That's Dr. Corset, that this wasn't there. Like there's no one there, right? So it's like another kind of double exposure. But when you really look at it, like there's things that are slightly different. Like his arm is slightly different and his socks are showing here and they're not here. So it's like it's mimicking him, but it's not him. It's really strange, and it gets stranger. Look at this one. So in this picture, that's him. That's Dr. Corset, and someone's taking his picture. He was there with a group of people, right? And this, right next to him, this is the same photograph. They went and got him developed, and there shouldn't be anybody here, right? There should be nothing there. But when you actually look at this, it's like mimicking him, okay? It's not a double exposure. The pants are a different color. The shirt's different. There's like a bulge in the belly when there's not here. The lighting and the shadows are different. He zooms into the head and does some effects to it to try to figure it out. And like, it's just completely different, right? But it's similar, very similar, but different. It's mimicking. But it's not just a double exposure. You can tell a double exposure would just be this image right here. But it's different, significantly different. You can look at it. The more you look at it, the more things you notice that are different. So that's very telling, because what are we seeing? So he even says possible hologram projection of ET, humorous ET attempted mimicry, right? What have we been hearing out of Jersey? That there's things mimicking airplanes and helicopters. I've talked to multiple people, and they'll tell me, they're like, dude, I know in the photos and the videos it looks like an airplane, but trust me, when you're here, you'll see an orb turn into a helicopter or turn into an airplane. It's only 100 feet in the air. It sounds like an airplane. It looks like one, but it's like 3 or 4 feet. Like, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it's like really messing with people. And people keep using the word mimicking, saying that these things are mimicking, our planes and our jets and helicopters and stuff. Well, this guy back in the 90s, when he went there to investigate in New Jersey at the Wanakee Reservoir, the Wanakee Vortex in New Jersey, the epicenter of all this strangeness, he, back then, over 20 years ago, was saying these things were mimicking him, that they were like humorous, like how Jacques Vallée always talks about the trickster element, that these things are sort of playing games or having fun with us, and that they were mimicking him throughout his entire, expedition there. Like, he has tons of photos. There's so many different photos. It's wild. So his conclusion, this doctor, after his, investigation of all this, is that there is an interdimensional portal at the Wanakee Vortex, and that there are, ships and energies and beings that come out of it, and that they mimic us, and that's what they do. We don't know why, what their purpose is or anything, but this was sort of isolated back in the day. But it's not isolated anymore. So the FAA has now issued a temporary ban on drone flights in areas of New Jersey, and they just added New York City. So now we're banning, certain types of air flight in the airspace over these places, and it's growing day by day. Sightings are growing, encounters are growing, the restrictions are growing, the anxiety is growing, the nervousness from the administration is obviously growing. This is something that used to be kind of isolated. I mean, these reports from the 60s and 70s and 90s, they were astonishing reports, but it would be, 5 people, 10 people, maybe even like back in the 60s, there was like 100 people that witnessed these things at one time, which is a big deal. But now we're in the thousands. We're possibly in the millions. Like whatever it is, it's coming from there, it seems, and growing outwards and spreading and spreading. But is this all related to this Wanakee vortex? Is that the epicenter? I don't know. I'm not saying it is. But this kind of mysterious message I got yesterday saying to look into it, the more I looked into it, and I encourage you to too, and I'll put these pictures and everything on my X so you can like zoom into them and everything, because it's strange. And when you actually listen to the reports from the people, it's eerie, because the things that are happening now seem to have been happening for decades and decades, but now they're just going to a whole other level. That's what it seems like. I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts on this whole situation, and especially if you live anywhere near that area. Have you ever had any paranormal encounters or experiences, or saw things in the sky that shouldn't be there? I don't know. Drop me a comment. Let me know. Have a beautiful day. Peace.
Wow, what's going on here? And they talked over what? The lunar prover being unfolded. No, lunar rover. The lunar rover. My friend, did you tell me this is what now?
The final experiment. Man, I've been sitting back watching this whole thing unfold. I think I got my conclusion. All right, so we have a 24-hour sun model of flat Earth, a physical model that actually demonstrates the 24-hour opposite rotating sun in Antarctica. No matter where you are on the ice wall, you see the same thing. And it just so happens to look exactly like the time lapse they showed, where the sun like squashes into an oval when it gets near the horizon, and then it kind of gets too high on the opposite end, which doesn't match the globe, by the way, because the globe says that it's symmetrical in the north and the south. So whatever 24-hour sun you see in the north, like staying around the horizon, not getting above 23.5 degrees or whatever, that's not what we saw in Antarctica, right? But then I'm thinking, wait a second. They got diverging shadows. That looks like a super localized light source, like they're in a studio, which is what I thought at first, but then I started to think, wait, the Encyclopedia Britannica and America from 1958 says that the dome is only 13,000 feet above the 80th south parallel. So that would create a super localized light source, but not super localized heat source because it's an apparent sun. So that's how the sun could exist right over Antarctica for 6 months and not melt a single flake of snow. What? That actually makes sense. So those who say, oh, the 24-hour sun is impossible on the flat Earth, that's not true. We actually have a demonstration showing that it's not only possible, but it's exactly what they saw when they went. See, the main thing about, even though it seemed like they were in a studio in a lot of places and it seemed like they were faking it, the reason I didn't jump on that one right away is because they're not even back yet. And what if they get back and they comprise all of the raw footage and prove undoubtedly that they did go? But that's okay. Because before they even got back, before they even went, there was already a model demonstrating the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
Hey, welcome to Antarctica. You're probably wondering, when the sun's up all day, just how bright is it? It's this bright. Very, very bright. Which is why everyone's got sunglasses on. And not just any sunglasses. You gotta have glasses that cover the sides of your eyes. That's the key here. The side of the eyes, because any little bit of light that sneaks in could cause snow blindness.
Now you can cook directly on the countertop with no visible burners. And the best part, when you're not cooking, you can use that same space for anything else. You can even touch the same spot where you cooked and you won't get burned. All of this is possible with InvisiCook, an innovative invisible cooktop that heats cookware using magnetic induction, adding a touch of elegance and luxury to your kitchen.
Gives you kind of view what it is like from outside out here on the station. But this is the best part out here though, is looking down at Earth. We try to do that as much as possible. Unfortunately, we don't get near as much time as we'd like. They make us do work. Let's go on back. What we're gonna do, head to the gym because we missed that at the beginning. So we'll head there, and then that'll be finish up the USOS segment. And on the way, I'm gonna get some water because I realize I was thirsty. And I'll show you how we put water either for our drink bags or for if you need to rehydrate some food. We have a place we get water. It's either just kind of room temperature water or it's hot water.
So does anybody else just feel like they should be walking around wearing a fucking gas mask? Like, what is happening in the UK at the minute with the weather? Because all this fog has been here for about 5 days now, and it is literally not budging. And I have never seen a fog like this, what stayed for longer than 5 days, will not dissipate whatsoever. And I've woke up today with a sore throat. It's obviously the shit that we're breathing in, because I don't feel like this is a normal fog. This is some type of chemical fog. And we all know that they fucking hate us and they want us ill and poorly. And what better way to do it than affecting our air pollution with this shit that they're fucking spraying. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, this fog is not normal. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but if you've got a white car, the fucking car doesn't stay white for any longer than a day. Right, look at all this. I went and got this car cleaned 5 days ago. Look at that. That's not normal. I've never known my car to be so dirty after washing it 5 days after.
Oh, whoa, whoa, my God. Look at this. This looks like a drone show. Ah, man, it's crazy what they can do with these things in the sky. Look at this. My God. Can you imagine what it will be like in the future? You see, with all these drones and technology, if it's like this right now, imagine 10 years to come. What do you think could be going on? They could be even able to fool people and they will never know. You see?
It's a drone. They're real. Aliens are here.
No way. In this video, myself have come across a lot of interesting and mind-blowing stuff. What about you? You see? Tell us in the comment section how was the experience of today. Interesting. So, if you have joined us today for the first time, well, feel very welcome, subscribe, and join us on our mission here of spreading good vibes to the whole world. You see, in every episode, Wonderful Child of God, we read from this book, the Book of Wisdom, either in the beginning or at the end of the show. This one, we shall read it at this point where we are about to wrap up the video. And now, this is what it tells us. From 1 Corinthians 2, 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. This is what it says. However, as it is written, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. Interesting, my friends. For those who love Him. And who is God, my friend? Every creation of God is a representation of God on earth. So if we all love one another, equally just like the way we say, my friend, God can do great things for us as the human race. For that reason alone, wonderful soul, let's talk with our Creator, ask for love in our hearts and good vibes at all times. Dear Lord Father, we thank you for this point that we've reached. We thank you, Father, for the videos we have had today. Dear Lord, I thank you for this child of viewers, today's viewer that have been watching. Dear Lord, I hope through the videos, Father, you've taken away the burdens in their hearts, Father, and filled them with something good, dear Lord, to hold on to, dear Lord Father, as you help us in spreading love to one another. Father, forgive us also all our sins and do good things for us, Father, individually, each and every one of us. Help us also as a family to increase in numbers, Father, and to reach your creations out there. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, we do pray, trusting and believing. Amen. Peace, love, and good vibes be with you, my friend. Till next time. Bye bye. Bye bye.